Hello, welcome. Today I feel like doing a reading about the vampire archetype. There is a lot of changes to this specific archetype within the collective subconscious right now. And this energy, the vampire energy, it's very prevalent in the matrix that we have all been living in. The vampire energy is kind of like the driver of consumerism, really. And it's what has built the model of authority that we have been used to. And so we are likely to all feel this shift that's going to happen now. We probably all have quite a lot of vampire inside of us, whether or not we are like very aware of it or not. And so, yeah, let's pull some cards to see what comes through here. Let's pull from the Shaman Oracle deck first. Andean Cross. So this is a portal that we're moving through right now. Underneath the deck was also the medicine wheel. So it's like we're changing an era. This is very significant, actually. It's like we're changing an era. These are huge changes, I feel, but they're also going to bring about so much healing. So this lessening of the power of the vampire right now, it's really going to open up the space for a lot of new healing energies to come in. That's what I'm feeling. But I'm also seeing this cross, and it's almost like it's a portal opening now. But what I'm getting, interestingly enough, is that to pass through this portal, we have to be small. Like, we cannot be big. And that is like the main fear of the vampire spirit, actually. The vampire is terrified of losing. The vampire is terrified of losing its energy, of becoming small again. That's really what drives the vampire. It's the fear of kind of insignificance and the fear of death. And that's why, you know, in mythology or in these stories, we say that vampires, they cannot die. So they cannot change by their own will. And so that means that the vampire spirit is just bound to loop and loop and loop and loop. It can never choose to change. And so actually the vampire spirit, it really keeps us trapped in old systems, in old patterns. If it's the dominating force within a person, then that person is going to be so afraid of initiating change within their own life, so that they probably won't do it. And so that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm also feeling that a lot of people are so afraid of stepping down and letting go of what they have built up so far, especially their images is what I'm getting. And so that is another reason why this drop has to happen collectively, because it's like so many people don't actually choose it themselves. And so it's almost like it has to happen to us. That is quite interesting. But for those of you, if you're already small, if you haven't let that vampire energy within you run rampant, this is going to be, I feel like this is a golden time for you. It's a time when you're moving into the new. So very different energy for different people here, depending on how much kind of like that thirst rules their life. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a lot of golden light coming for a lot of you, and also from a lot of you. It's starting to radiate from you as well, from your being as well. If you are comfortable being small, if you're comfortable being connected with your inner child, even if no one understands it, like no one gives it value, what that inner child speaks to you about, you can't make money off of it yet, But if you're still comfortable remaining connected to that, and if you're still comfortable kind of holding space for that, you're linked to the new era. That's what I'm feeling. You're linked to this golden light, and now it's starting to stream through you. And I feel like it's giving people, it's almost like you're becoming this harbor for people. It's giving people comfort. That's what I'm feeling. And I'm hearing also understanding. So let's look at the tarot cards. Underneath the deck was the 5 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Yeah, this is the fear of the vampire coming through, the fear of being held back, the fear of standing still, the fear of wilting, you know, dying, losing what you have, changing your form. Let's see what cards did come out. So 10 of Cups, the Fool, wow, and the Mother of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's the same feeling. It's what I'm getting, that if the vampire is dominant, you're actually gonna reject love and a new beginning and like all of this happiness because you're so afraid of the loss of control. It's almost like you let the Dark Queen rule instead of opening up to the Golden Queen, like the Queen of the New Age. Which is kind of like the way I'm seeing it, is it's like someone that stands by the children, you know, it's someone that stands by the things that no one else can understand, because it's like they are so connected. They're such a womb. It's like they're so connected to nature. They're so connected to potential, the potential of the future, that they just understand. But with the Mother of Swords in reverse, I feel like a lot of people reject that. And when they reject it, it's like life becomes black and white. It's good and bad. They're not able to go as deep. And again, I'm hearing as understanding. They're not able to become golden, is what I'm hearing. They don't have that. They don't give off that feel of, again, understanding. It reminds me of a feeling of like, feeling like you're safe with these types of people, because it's like, you know, that their light reaches beyond the black and the white. You know, they're not gonna just look at good and bad. They're also gonna understand the reasons why things became the way that they became. They're gonna look at the roots. That's what I'm feeling. These people, the people that kind of like the new queens, these golden queens, this golden feminine energy that's coming in, they are not afraid of the underworld. Like, it feels like these are people that have they remained in the hangman position for a long time, because it's like they were willing to face that fear of the vampire. It's almost like they overcome the vampire within themselves before this collective change started happening. Yes, I'm feeling so much tingling in my spine now, right at the heart chakra. So that is very interesting. I wonder what this means though. So can we get some more information, please? Okay, so I'm actually getting to pull from this deck one more time instead. So let's see. Eagle, soaring above, is what I'm hearing. So someone that has a high perspective, but then there was a card on the floor. And it was the hummingbird. I think it came out in reverse. Yeah, so I feel like if you resonate with having a lot of this golden energy, or you're likely going to have both, that you experience like the vampire within you at certain times, and then maybe you've started to access the golden energy more and more. But particularly if you've been working with this golden energy and it's strong within your being, I feel that you're at the point right now where you, like I said, you understand a lot of things from a higher perspective, a perspective that kind of transcends the 4D, the black and the white. I'm hearing you're no longer gray. It's like you're going through a process of rejuvenation is what I'm feeling. Yeah, it's definitely linked to the medicine wheel. So there can be a lot of healing coming in for you, or coming in for everyone that chooses to pass through this portal to shed the excess weight is also what I'm hearing. Weight can mean many different things, can manifest on many different layers of our being. But it's kind of like to let go of the extra matter, the things, the identities that is gonna be kind of superfluous. Is that the right way to say this word? I was just seeing it, but that's gonna be like too much in the new era, because I feel like the new era, it's almost like we're meant to be standing on the ground. We're meant to go down into the baseline, into the underworld, into the aspects that are, in a sense, the furthest away from the light of the heavens. And we're meant to start to increase that vibration. And this is kind of like a task that is for the people that are able to hold the golden light. That's what I'm getting. And so with this hummingbird in reverse, it feels like that is where the focus is kind of at now. That if you're holding this golden light, it's a time of grounding. And I'm also getting that now is when we will see that people, they had a lot of this vampire energy within them. And what does that really mean? I feel like the vampire energy is someone that they're thirsty. Like they have a lot of drive. They have a lot of this fire energy within themselves. And they can also kind of create a fortune in a sense. So they can create this mass around them. They can attract a lot of people that are currently not connected to their own soul. And because if you have a lot of vampire, you really thrive off of attention, because it's almost like in the subconscious, and this is where it gets a bit dark. If you look at this in the subconscious, you see that the people with a lot of vampire, they are feasting off of other people's life force. They get high off of other people looking at them and reacting to them. They get a lot of energy from that. It boosts them. And again, they're afraid of not having that. They're afraid of being small. They're afraid of not being seen. That's why a lot of these people, they tend to be in positions of authority, and they also tend to not want to step down from that authority. And so when shifts like this happen, it's almost as if a lot of authority that refuses to give up their power and kind of give people their light back, because again, they are kind of harvesting the life, oh my goodness, I was gonna say the light of people, but yeah, the life of people. They're taking away, it's like they're becoming this spiritual authority for people that are searching. And I'm seeing it the way that, because these people of the golden light, they are also somewhat of a spiritual authority, but the difference is that the people that are more connected to the golden light, they are willing to let go at any point. Again, it's like they're willing to walk right into death if they see that it's for the highest good of all. It's like they're so connected to the blue light, which is kind of like truth, the highest good of all. It's also associated with kind of that Christ consciousness. And so the people of the golden light, they're very also connected to that truth energy, the throat chakra. And that's what kind of separates them from the vampire. It's two types of authority. It's two types of spiritual guides as well in the astral. one type of guide is very afraid of death. It's very afraid of kind of facing the blue light, facing truth, becoming small again, losing what they have. And then the other type of authority is the opposite. They're like, well, there are always going to be these cycles here on earth, and there's no point fighting it. I'm going to walk into it, trusting that if something is meant for me, it's going to find me, because I'm constantly tuned in. I'm constantly, listening to my guidance. That's what I'm feeling from these like kind of like golden light people. They've been building their energy field to where they're just way more calm inside of them. Even if they have nothing, really. That's what I'm feeling. So this is also the opportunity right now, I feel, for the people that have a lot of vampire. Actually, if you have a lot of vampire, and you recognize this, and you maybe recognize the feeling, the fear of being held back, or the fear of losing your money, or having nothing, or just like losing your identity, or just all of that, then actually what I'm getting is that a lot of you have a lot of potential as well in the new. So it's not like stepping down won't allow you to regrow. It feels like this is a process of rejuvenation. It's gonna be a process of rejuvenation. It's a process of restoration, health coming back to the earth and to the matrix. That's what I'm getting. And so currently it feels like it's grounding. I feel like the people of the golden light, they are going to work with people that were never able to manifest themselves fully. So people that they were never able to even move into their vampire self properly, likely because they just didn't feel as if it was right. Like it felt a little bit icky to them. That's what I'm feeling. So they weren't quite able to push through that. Eight of Cups and the Magician. These are people that actually they chose to walk their own way, even if they didn't really see how that would work out for them. It's just like they just felt like the matrix wasn't for them. Like they weren't able to succeed in the matrix. And I feel that the reason that they weren't able to succeed was that their heart was not in it. I'm hearing that. It's like their heart was not in it. Their heart was not in support of them. I'm hearing wilting away in the matrix. Wilting away in the matrix. They were never meant for it. But now this group of people, I feel like it's almost like the people that have a lot of golden light, they are likely to also have this lost inner child within them. And so they are very also good at helping other people that have this lost inner child. And not everyone that is trapped within this energy of being lost has a lot of... Some of these people I'm getting that are trapped, that are lost, they have rejected their feminine. Like they rejected the divine feminine because it made them stutter. That is what I'm getting. It made them a bit too uncomfortable is what I'm getting. So they rejected kind of that path. They weren't quite ready for it. They felt too insecure. So anything else for this? Okay. I'm getting just slow down, and like the power right now, it actually comes from moving slowly, from holding space and taking time. That's where a lot of power, a lot of baseline power is what I'm getting. A lot of like root power, red, is built by doing this, slowing down, taking time, owning your space, filling it with the golden light, if you have access to that. And if you don't have access to that, it's almost as if the golden light is the new mother, right? So if you feel that you are lost in your life right now, it likely means that there are parts within you, parts of your purpose that you're not quite seeing. And the reason that you're not seeing it is that it has never been mirrored back to you. You didn't have the parents that were able to mirror it back to you. And so in a sense, your inner model of mother is that of dark. She's not light yet. She's not enlightened yet. She's not golden yet. She doesn't give you what you need. And that is what I feel like a lot of you would benefit from working on if you resonate with this, that you're not feeling this warm, glowy feeling yet, but you're feeling quite lost. I would say start to work more consciously with your inner mother. And become aware of kind of the subconscious programming that tells you that you're not worthy in this state of being lost. And this is difficult because it means working on the emotional realm, not the realm of the narrative. It doesn't matter what your mind says if you feel at home always. You know, if you feel safe, if you feel secure, if you feel warm, if you feel lit up from within, you're just going to reject those thoughts that tell you you're not worthy. You're just going to be like, that's funny. You know, it's going to make you giggle. Because straight away you're going to see that that's not my higher self. That's not the Divine Mother. That's not the light that I'm filling my life with. Words do not have any power over you when you're warm from the inside. Like when this golden light comes in, words loses all its power. And that's kind of like when the God, the ruler of the old matrix falls, you know, because it's like we were turned to feeling. Feeling becomes more powerful than words. And that means that truth is going to start coming because, you know, when you can feel everything, you can feel the surface level, the baseline of everything, people can't hide anymore. That's what I'm also getting with this Six of Cups here. It's that people can't fake it anymore because everyone is going to start to feel what they really are in the underworld, even if they have denied that truth. So that's what I'm feeling. There is a lot of shifting here. Yeah, there is just a lot of shift. I'm hearing everything is being turned on its head. And we're all going to start to see it now. It's like we're all going to start to see the collective shadow. What we have been running from, what we have been so afraid of. But I'm also getting that it's going to be different from country to country. Because again, if you live in a country that is very black and white, it's going to take longer. It's going to be more of a process. This falling, the fall is going to be more stretched out. Whilst if you're living in a country that is more, where there's not so much division and not so much, well, if you're living in a country that has more unity, then this process is going to be much quicker and you're going to move into like the new age much quicker. That's what I'm getting. So again, it may differ. And yeah, of course, that may affect you on a personal level as well. The Eight of Cups and the Magician, you might need to, for some of you, you might even think about creating your own fortune, like creating your own way away from your old collective. That's what I'm getting for some of you. It's almost like for some of you, you may feel like you've outgrown your old collective and you actually want to move kind of away from them for a couple of years, is what I'm getting for some of you. That maybe some of you will get some opportunity in regards to moving away from, you know, the old people that you used to be bonded to for a couple of years, so that they can go through this falling. But it's almost like for some of you, you're several steps ahead of that. It's like maybe if you chose to remain in the hangman position, it's almost like you've already gone through what they are going to go through now publicly. You've already gone through that on an internal level, and so you're already way past it. And so for you, actually, it's time to start to build the new. It's time to start to bring forth children, really, creative projects, real children, things that make your heart happy and that make your life worth living. That's what I'm feeling. So I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.